Welcome everyone back for another episode of The Truth About Piers Morgan. This time it's part 2 out of 73. So as you can see here, looking like a fine specimen of a man, ready to take on the New World Order and all its might. How can we be low when we've got this kind of man, this caliber of man to lead us through the battlefield? Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see his connections to a couple of people, okay? Because it's very interesting, because these two people have things in common as well. So who would have thought it? So let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so first of all, let's just make it clear. This gentleman is trying to be the Mayor of London. As you can see here, when you type in Piers Corbyn Mayor, you get these results here. And the second one is Resistance GB. Okay, for all of those who don't know who this gentleman is, let's tell you. So here's a picture of him with Piers Corbyn. Okay, so you know that they know each other, right? I see these people talking to each other all the time, and then they defend it saying, "Oh, we just meet up in London." If I talk to someone once, that would mean to other people that I'm friendly with that person, unless I'm actually arguing with them. Do you understand the simple rules of social dialogue? Yeah. So anyway, there's Resistance GB on the left, and Piers Corbyn. Okay, so there's the connection there. So who is he? Okay, well, let's start here, shall we? Enfield councillor suspended over racist remarks. So that's who that is, Resistance GB. So he's an Enfield councillor and he was suspended for racist remarks. So here's another article. The Conservative Party has suspended a councillor who was accused of making racist comments. William Coleshill, who represents this ward, had his Conservative Party membership suspended pending investigation. Okay? So that's who that is. That's who he is. That's what he did. Okay? Here's another picture of him. Trafalgar Square. Let me make this easier to see. And as you can see here, he's doing his thing where he's so patriotic that he has to carry a bloody 3-foot Union Jack flag. And if you saw the original video of this, it's hilarious because the policeman just allows this flag to droop in front of his face for about 30 seconds. No joke, right? So they're trying to make out that this guy is ultra patriotic, yeah? Notice that he's wearing blue, okay? Right, back to here. Here's another picture of him. This time, supposedly getting arrested. Okay, so this is brilliant for the Daily Mail to be able to take a picture of a minority who supposedly is getting arrested by the big evil fascist police. And Resistance GB and his ilk like to call the police things like Stasi and Gestapo and Nazi. That's the kind of terminology that they're bringing to the table. Okay, so that's him there. And here is his other arrest. This time it's at Speaker's Corner, and as you can see from the picture on the right, what a joke. They allowed this guy to talk for about 10 minutes, political monologue, and in the speech he chose to say, "And you bully 73-year-old weathermen." So basically what he was doing was talking about Piers Corbyn. So this guy seems to be obsessed with him, okay? He even put a comment on his channel basically saying that Piers Corbyn is the King of England kind of thing. So he's lending him his support as a former Conservative councillor who got suspended for being racist and who's been part of arrests that look dodgy, to say the least, right? So that's that, okay? That's that side of the story, right? Now, let's look here. So here again is Piers Corbyn doing his best Banana Man impression. Yeah. It's what you want to see. You want to see the leaders of the free world standing on stage with a bunch of bananas that they got from Tesco. Yeah, five bananas. And bless him, he's got his little notes there with his highlighted section because, you know, he's getting old now. He doesn't want to forget things. The way I see it, you shouldn't really need notes because this is life and death situation. It should all come from the heart. You shouldn't need any kind of notes. It should just come straight to your head naturally. That's what I personally think. Okay. So anyway, there he is with this lady called Louise. Now Louise is from Save Our Rights. Okay. As you can see, they're very friendly there. It's not like the body language of someone who's just met Piers Corbyn. I would imagine they've been in each other's company a couple of times. Here we have another picture that confirms what I just said to you. There you go. So another picture of them together. Yeah. So I would say there's a connection there between Piers Corbyn and Louise from Save Our Rights. Okay. Like I said, if I'm caught talking to Tapman once, just once, everyone would say, well, he's connected to Tapman now because he spoke to him once. So therefore, these people, if they're seen regularly talking, dialoguing and not arguing, then they are connections. They are connected. They are allied. They are on the same side. Okay? So, two photos of them together. Okay? Now, just like Resistance GB is a conservative, what is this lady here? So it says here, lockdown protest leader was on Labour's executive committee. Okay? So what they're saying here is that she was part of Labour. Now let's look at another article to confirm that so we know it's just not that. So here we go. It says she previously worked for Labour MP Lloyd Cameron Russell Moyle. So it even gives you the name of the person that she works for on the Labour side of things. So she is connected to Labour. You have two sources saying exactly the same thing. So both of them are connected to Piers Corbyn. Both of them were either Labour or Conservative. Okay, now let's look at something else that they have in common. So here it says that she was arrested on suspicion of criminal damage, obstruction of the highway and breaking CV19 regulations. So you've got a photo of her there, supposedly being arrested. And if you zoom in, it doesn't really look that bothered to me. That's what I would say. Okay, so you saw the post where it said that she'd been arrested on, suspicion of, what was it? Let's have a look again, sorry. Criminal damage, obstruction of highway, breaking CV19 regulations. Right, so this is what she did. She threw over one of these barricades and then ran away. That's what it was, okay? That was the major act of rebellion. Pushing over a barricade and then running away. And then they catch up with her and then arrest her. The big bad lady who did criminal damage, obstruction of the highway and broke CV19 regulations. Now when they say break CV19 regulations, really everyone there in the background is also doing the same. So really everyone should get arrested on suspicion of breaking CV19 regulations, but they don't. All they do is they get the same people over and over, like your grey bleeders, like your Tapman, like your Piers Corbyn, like your High Cuckoo, all these people who get, Resistance GB, how could I forget him? All these people getting arrested over and over and over again so that the Daily Mail can take photos of them. Yeah? So that is part 2, and I think you'll agree that we have two people that are connected to Piers Corbyn who are both from either Labour or Conservative. So these are people who supposedly are not part of the elite and they're with us. They're people like us, but they have these ties to Labour and Conservative. I find that very, very strange. Very strange. But yeah, so there you go. Louise from Save Our Rights connected to Piers Corbyn, and Resistance GB, again, connected to Piers Corbyn. The only one who's backing him as mayor, who actually bothered to make a YouTube video about the fact that Piers Corbyn was going to be a mayor. As you can see right there. There's his video. And like we said about Resistance GB, he's not a man of the people. He's a sod-in politician. He's just one of them. He's an actor. He's pretending to be one of us. Do you understand that? You can tell this from all of his stupid faces that he pulls. It's just a joke to him. He's not even taking it seriously, guys, yeah? He finds it fun that he's deceiving people. He finds it an honour that he's deceiving people, yeah? He thinks he's better than us. These people think they're better than us. But what they didn't realise is that I have the ability to see what's going on and put all these patterns together, all these connections together, and really we've probably got about a list of 40 odd people who you would consider traitors to the truth movement, who you would consider traitors to the anti-lockdown movement, okay? So that was Piers Corbyn part 2 of 73, and you saw his connections to a Labour and a Conservative, Labour and Conservative Party, people from those parties, yeah? So that's very interesting, I find. And also, what else do they have in common? That they also take part in what I would say is very dodgy and contentious arrests. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you did enjoy that. I found that very interesting, being able to tie those two people to Piers Corbyn, who both have the backstory or legend of being politicians, and then who are now fighting for the anti-lockdown movement, and they take part in staged events. And these staged events cause terror to the population. Okay, so you could consider it state-sponsored terrorism, because they're making you scared to even go out. Even to walk your dog. We've seen people supposedly get arrested for walking their dog, but I call fake on that as well. Okay, so to anyone with a brain, it's very obvious what's going on. These people are being used over and over again to create terror, a state of terror in this country. Anyone who disagrees with that, then you're part of the problem and you're an enemy, and I'm going to give you very little of my time. And that goes for people like Justice, who decided to come out of nowhere and just talk rubbish, absolute rubbish. All you've got to do is look at the videos and you've got everything that you need to go from there. But anyway, these people are traitors. They need to come and defend themselves, because it doesn't look good for them. It really doesn't, okay? They take part in fake events. They have Conservative and Labour background to them. It does not look good for them, okay? I don't want to think bad of these people. I want to think good of people. But unfortunately, actions speak louder than words, and your actions speak volumes. All right? So that was part 2 of 73. We will be back for much more very soon. Take care, everyone. Please remember to hit like, share and subscribe. This is a very unique channel. You will not find this content anywhere else. I promise you that. And that's why we get so many people who have an issue with it. But we all know that they're all in it together and they're actually backing these people up. So Justice is basically part of Tyrant Funder's goon squad of goons, yeah? Henchmen, and it doesn't matter how many you send, the message will still remain the same to you. If you don't like it, go elsewhere, because what we're doing here is we're showing truth. Yeah, you don't need to be here if you don't like it. Simple. The only reason you'd be here pushing it is if you've got an agenda and you're trying to protect these people and protect the fake events that they're part of. End of story. So this has been Overkill. We are over and out. No new normal. Unite the people to fight the evil. Knowledge is power. Peace, liberty and justice for all. Take care, Overkillers. Peace and love and blessings to the brothers and sisters who are on the righteous path for humanity. For humanity. Take care. Peace.